The last megatrend I want to talk about is global political change. A lot of this was in context with the growing population and the relative size of China, India, and other countries. We're talking billions of people. That does have an impact. What happens in those countries has an impact across the world and on us in the U.S. So what we have, as I just said, the growing size and role of developing countries. Expanding leadership role of China. There's sort of a reorder of global leadership going on that we've experienced over the past 4 years. We look at populist movements, nationalist movements, mercantilism, swinging right and left in USA, and then Mexico, Brazil, UK, Italy, all over the world. And development of new trading partnerships. And this one has, when we look at this in a minute, we'll see that. We have the continuing struggle in the Middle East of Sunni versus Shiite, and not to mention the Middle East from an Israeli perspective and an Arab perspective. We've seen many changes there. But the Sunni versus Shiite is a major issue there between Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, and Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates. This is changing. Terrorism. Whether we have that in the U.S. or whether we have it here around the world or in the U.S. We just had the bombing in Nashville. Okay? So we have a lot of this going on, which is causing a lot of change and discussion. We got climate change, which we talked about, but that is inherent in political things. We have a heightened risk of war across the board. And then political instability around the world. Let me just share a few examples of things that are happening that you might be surprised with, but we're looking at this, or again, why are we looking at this? Because firms do business in this global world. There is this piece right here, and this is China's Belt and Road infrastructure projects. So what you're seeing is this is existing and planned. If you look, these are all the infrastructure projects that China is building. Remember where the growth is coming from: Africa, Asia. So they've already made investments in infrastructure projects so that they can sell product into those countries. When we look at what the U.S. has done, we won't see anything here. So they're building a future to tie commerce to China. China and Russia are partners, and they have a $55 billion pipeline to prove it. What they're doing is they have, from Russia to China, they have a pipeline that will provide energy to China and an outlet for Russian products. When we look at the comparison between the U.S. power advantage over China has narrowed. We can see in many ways that, yes, we have a better military capability, we have defense networks, but on some of them, when it comes to economic relationships, future resources, diplomatic, their power is narrowing. So this is resulting in a long-term change. When we look at some of the major trading partnerships that exist, we have if you can look at the red here, this is the one we were gonna be in, but we withdrew. All of these companies are working together. China's in the middle here. We have this. So if you're looking at it, we have the black, which is, again, this Asian, South American, Canadian. U.S. is out of it. So this new trading pacts, new trading partners. So when we look at this, these drivers of change, the demographic shifts, the reshaped global power, disruptive innovation that we talked about, and we start to see this, emerging markets increasing their power. Clean tech becomes a competitive advantage. Global banking seeks recovery through transformation. Rapid technology innovation, a smart world, demographic shifts, all of these come together. As companies continue to navigate the health-related and economic difficulties of the COVID crisis, leaders worldwide can expect 8 key forces to shape business in the future. And this is from McKinsey, and I really would like you to watch it because this is setting the stage for everything that we're doing. So watch the video, and that will end our megatrends.